Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about 17 things I wish I knew during college. Not before, not after, during. So if you are going through college, about to go to college, or if you're about to go to graduate school or anything like that, this will help you. If you're a parent, if you're a student, this video is for you. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is internships. Get an internship ASAP, as soon as possible, because it is super important. If it's you versus someone who's already had job experiences before, then it's most likely going to be them because they have that. All you have really is a piece of paper that we get when we graduate. Ugh. And so I've done a lot of job experiences. I've done a couple internships. For example, I was a research assistant last year, and before that I was an auction coordinator assistant. I volunteered a lot. I was a clerk. I've done a lot of different jobs. And by the way, here's a tip for you, because non-paid internships are a scam, especially for low-income students, because we cannot afford that type of stuff. And so just to advocate for low-income students, I suggest that you guys go to your university and say, hey, you need to give a scholarship for low-income students who can't afford to have non-paid internships during the summer, and have them fund a scholarship for you guys. I think that would be phenomenal, and that you guys can do that. So do that and check that out, because that would be amazing for you guys, and you guys can give me credit. Another tip that I have for you guys is to apply to scholarships every year. Scholarships don't end when you're a senior in college and you're trying to apply to a university. They don't end there. Apply to every year and get that money. All you have to do is write an essay. I'm about to hiccup right now. There you go. I'm about to hiccup again. Alright, they're done. You can use that essay more than one time. For every scholarship that you apply to, you can use it as many times as you want. And if you work 2 hours on your essay, then you can get as much scholarship money as you can. I'm not sure how much I've won in total. I definitely think it's above 17,000. If you guys are interested in a video on that, I will definitely upload. But apply to scholarships. You can get them, and it's awesome because it helps out so much in paying for books and paying for tuition and in paying for studying abroad if you want to go to study abroad, which I'll talk about later. So please apply to scholarships every year. Next one is study abroad is easy. It is not as hard as you think, because for me, I took it off the table. I said study abroad is expensive. Like, I can't afford it. Like, hiccup. I'm financially independent. I have no support from my parents, and how am I going to be able to afford that? So what I did is, 3 days before the study abroad application was due, I decided to just go for it and apply to it, because I found out, one, they meet your financial aid once you study abroad somewhere else. It's met. So whatever you pay there, you pay when you're studying abroad. And schools have financial aid scholarships. And another example is other organizations have financial aid scholarships for that too, for you to study abroad. Especially if you're a low-income student, if you're watching, apply to the Gilman scholarship, because they are helpful. I've applied. I haven't figured out if I got it yet, and I'm crossing my fingers for right now. But they are helpful, and you get to live in a different country for 3 months, and you get to explore the world even before or after, and you can save up money, you can start working, and have that trip of a lifetime. To me, I think that sounds wonderful, and who wouldn't want to explore? And so, for example, I'm studying abroad in Greece this fall, so I'm super excited about that, and you'll see a lot of vlogs on that. But please, study abroad is not as hard as you think it is. All you gotta do is be informative about everything and see what you can do. So check that out. Alright, this next one I am very guilty of. It is, don't compare yourself to others. When you're in high school, you'll meet a lot of people who are doing 20,000 more internships that you're doing. They're doing all these amazing things. They've met so many celebrities. They've met so many people in their field. They've got a job lined up in their field for when they graduate, like all these crazy things, and you're like, damn, like I'm just a research assistant, which is awesome. Fabulous, by the way, I'm not putting that down, but it's just like, compared to that, I'm like, ugh. So don't compare yourself at all, because you come from a different background. I'm a first generation low income Latina. I'm financially independent. I know that I come from a different background, and I don't have the money that people can spend on doing non-paid internships or the money to do different things. So I wish I did. But for you first generation college students, it is hard, and you guys are doing a fabulous job, and higher education is worth it, and you are welcome here and you belong there, for one thing. So please don't compare yourself to others, because you come from a different background, and for other students, you also come from a different background. So please don't compare yourself, because you are only limiting yourself in what you can do. So remember that. I'm gonna drag USC right now, and I'm gonna say USC is high school part 2. I am not gonna lie. It really is. Some schools are just gonna be like that. It's just gonna be high school part 2, and finding friends are gonna be pretty hard to find, especially lasting friendships. And so it's something to realize, and I had felt so alone, like my first 2 weeks in USC, and just during out the school year, I just, like, there was moments where I felt so alone, and that made me have to step back and look, I'm not taking the time to be by myself and appreciate myself and just love myself, as cheesy as that sounds, but it's true. And so remember that you're gonna find a lot of fake people, especially if you go to USC, and especially if you go to LA. And for me, it was really, really hard, because I went through something really traumatic and like a huge tragedy last semester, or 2 semesters ago technically. And I had reached out to friends and I said, hey, can you please check on me? Like, I'm just doing terrible. And to be honest, it was so bad to a point that I was suicidal. And so I had texted them, and I'm not blaming them, I'm not putting all the weight on them at all, but I had just told them, like, please just send me a text message, and they didn't. So it made me realize that I need to find a community, which is why I started YouTube, to feel like I can support other people and that they can support me at the same time. It's a give and take relationship. So by the way, if you need help, please call this hotline. And if you need anyone to talk to, I'm always available. And other people, reach out to your family and friends, and don't ever take the step of committing suicide at all. So that, I know that's a huge trigger warning, but please, so that is a huge reminder. So remember that. I took a little sidetrack. College can be high school part 2 with the whole cliques and things like that. So just be cautious of that. Speaking on how high school can, not high school, Yannette. Speaking how college can be high school part 2, remember that if you're involved in campus or just involved in college, it can bring you lasting friendships. So for example, I did this class in, it was just a research the university class, and I did a lot of hikes with my dorm hall people thing, and I found one of my best friends there. Shout out to Kiana. And we had only known for each other for 6 months, and we hit it off. We were just best friends from the start. At first, she actually didn't like me, and I was really iffy about her. But in the end, we became really great friends. And I actually transferred back home to Maricosta Community College, and then I went to USC, and even 3 years later, we're still best friends, and I'm gonna be her bridesmaid, and she knows it, and she actually told me. So you can have lasting friendships, and I've found other great friends, like through Hermanos Unidos at USC. I found some really great people there, but I've actually met really 2 great friends that I talk to, and they have supported me throughout some stuff. And so you can also find lasting friendships. So as much as college can be high school part 2, you can also find lasting friendships that you can talk to anything about, and that they'll be there for you. So there's a positive side of that. So next is take the initiative. For example, I would not be able to go to study abroad in Greece. I wouldn't be able to go to 8 new countries this year, 16 new cities, if I hadn't decided just to take the initiative and go and check out study abroad. And for me, I also want to be able to study abroad in Greece and volunteer with Syrian refugees at a refugee plaza that they have. So for me, you need to take the initiative, because you never know what possibilities can arise if you just do it. That can be anything. Joining a club. For example, my friend joined a club and she's going to Miami. They're paying everything for the club for her to be a representative of the club at this national club conference. So you never know, and just take the initiative on anything that you do and it will be helpful. And if it's not at the end, it's okay because you've had an experience through it. So please take the initiative. And if you guys have taken the initiative before, I really would want to hear how and what has happened. I want to hear some good stories from you guys, so let me know. Next is all-nighters suck. I don't know who started romanticizing all-nighters almost, or making it seem cool and edgy in a way, but all-nighters suck, and it's not just something that it's like, oh, I'm pulling an all-nighter, like, yeah, no. It's not mentally well for your body nor your mind, and it's just something that you don't need. So as much as you can, try not to procrastinate. I've struggled with this for a lot. So like the semester before the last semester, I was perfect. I didn't procrastinate. I was fine. Last semester, I tanked down way bad, and I procrastinated a lot of things, which a lot of the things was not technically some things that I can be fully responsible for, but I do take responsibility, but I did it in the end. But if you can, just please take the initiative and don't procrastinate, because all-nighters aren't these great things. You're downing Red Bulls and you're trying to stay awake, and no, it is not healthy for you, so do not do that. The next one is work hard, play hard. I have a stat right here, but so you are going to school because you want a job after and you want to make money. And so right now you can work as hard as you can, and in the end you'll be able to play hard. But you can even play hard now and do whatever, you save up, go travel, save up, go to a concert, treat yourself really for all the things that you're doing, because you deserve that. You are working hard, and going to school isn't the easiest thing, especially because it comes with so much stuff along with it. But so here's a stat: in 2015, adults with bachelor degrees took home more than those with high school diplomas. Degree holders earned $48,500 a year, while diploma holders earned $23,000. So imagine that in a lifetime. You are earning a lot more money, and you're playing hard, or you're working hard to play hard later on the road. So think about that. Alright, another thing that I struggle with, but I recommend that you do, because learn from my mistakes, is go to class. Just go. I know it's hard, because sometimes you just don't want to go, especially if it's at 8 a.m. and you just don't want to get out of bed. Just go. About to do another hiccup. Just go, because in the end it's worth it, because there's a lot of material that's going to be on the test. That's when your professor is speaking, is going to be talking about it, but it won't be in the slides or the lecture notes or anything like that. So please go to class, because it's super important, because if your GPA is good, and because your GPA needs to be good to travel abroad, to study abroad, to graduate, to, some jobs look at your GPA to see whether or not they should hire you. So go to class. It's worth it. If you can take some mental health breaks here and there, just not go to class, but if you can and you need to, go to class. This is the biggest thing that I've learned, is you don't always have to go out and always have to party or always have to have fun. And at USC, I've had this huge pressure of that, of have to always explore or be doing cool things or partying and doing all this stuff, or have the latest new trends of these outfits and stuff like that. No, that doesn't make you happy. That doesn't make you feel fulfilled. You need to do things that make you fulfilled, that you love. And if you want to stay in, watch Netflix all day, you do that. If you want to go exploring to a place that people are not really interested about, you do that. You love it, you want to do it, then do it, because you're living your own life and you don't need to live anyone else's, because at the end of it, it's not very satisfying. So please, you don't always have to feel like you need to go out and have fun and do all these amazing things and go to 29 rooms and take all these awesome pictures for $30 and all these different things. But if you're interested in those type of things and you genuinely like doing it, then go for it. Like, who am I to judge? Who is anyone to judge what you like? So You do you, boo. This one you need to remember is some things are just out of your control. Just some things are out of your control. Things will happen in your lifetime, and especially during college. You're not protected when you're in college. Some real life scenarios will occur, and it's going to be hard, but some things are not in your control, and you cannot let that, whatever happened, bring you down. You can't let it. You need to be strong and be vulnerable. But I mean, when I say be strong, I don't mean like don't be weak or don't cry, because it's good. I think you should do some healing, cry and paint, and just cry and cry and cry. Like, that is my motto. I'm a huge, well, actually I haven't been crying as much as I used to. Like, I would cry so much over the littlest things. Just to remember, some things are not in your control, and that you need to just step back, take a mental break, use your resources. There's a career center, there's a financial aid center where they can help you find scholarships. There's a study abroad center. There's just so many centers on campus that I can't think of any. The student union center. There's a bunch that can help you. The most important one, the health center, because you need to check on your mental health to make sure you're doing fine. If you need to do therapy, you need to do it. If you need to do anything, you need to do it. Let people who have stigmas about stuff they're not educated about influence you. It's you. You need to take care of your mental and physical health. So please use the resources on campus, and if they don't have the resources, then they can direct you. If they don't direct you, then you need to protest and need to do something about it. And especially if your school doesn't have a really great health center, you need to do something about that, because you guys deserve to have resources and have access to stuff like this. So remember to use the resources on campus, because it's very helpful. Next is be prepared for a roller coaster ride. I wish college was just up, 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 up. Nuh-uh, honey. It is up, down, up, down. You'll have an A on your test for one class, and then you freaking bomb the other one. I've only had that happen to me once, and it was enough. It was a D. I think it was a D minus, so it might as well be considered an F. But things happen. If you need to retake the class, then you need to retake the class. So just be prepared for a roller coaster ride, and not just this magnificent college life that you're gonna live. Because I don't believe in the saying that college will be the best 4 years of your life, because that's pretty sad, and there's so much ahead that you just need to live through it now. You need to have fun. You just need to make the most of it at that time. So get to know your professors. This is extremely important, because if you want to go to graduate school, they're gonna man, sometimes my English is just not good. Get to know your professors, because they're the ones that are going to be your letter of recommendation for when you go to college, for graduate school, excuse me. And they're just super important of helping you get a better score, because if you're if you're tight with the professor, then the most, like if you have an 89 in the class, they'll bump you up to an 8, or some professors do that if you ask them to. So please get to know your professors, because it's helpful. You get to talk to people that are, and you're interested in their field, and they can help you maybe even get a job in the end, or just help you get more information. Because I know for a lot of low-income, first-generation students, we don't really know what to do, because none of our parents, none of our family members have done it before, so we're setting the path. So please get to know your professors, because that will be really helpful. The last one, it is finding your interest and following those. I will tell you that I have met so many people who have changed their major so many times. It is crazy. So please remember, when you're looking through stuff, just find whatever you're leaning towards, what you're most interested towards. And once you take those classes, then you'll know what you want to go towards. So example, I transferred into USC as a business student. And I kind of just did the major because I'm like, it's business, it's easy. I'm gonna get a lot of money from it probably if I'm a business student. But the more I went through life, the more I took classes, I realized that I don't want to be a business student, because I'm too woke for that. I want to change the world too much in order just to be that. I mean, I can always be an entrepreneur if I want and do all these different things, but what I really want to do is environmental studies with an emphasis of public policy, and actually have things change and actually have the environment protected and have humans protected. So that's what made me change, and that's how I figured things out, because my love for human rights just was involved with that. So follow what you love and what you want to do. Those are the 17 things I wish I knew during college. Not before, not after, during. So if you liked this video, give a thumbs up. If you have any comments, any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please make sure to subscribe and click that bell to get notifications. It would be amazing for me to have your support. So hiccup, hiccup. I keep hiccuping in every video. So thanks for supporting me, guys. Nice seeing you guys. And again, I post every Mondays and Thursdays, so keep looking forward to them. Thanks. Ciao.